A very good evening and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very much for your greatest support. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in any form of communication. I have to appreciate you for what you're doing. You're doing a very wonderful job, and I can't miss, I can't go or I can't continue with the conversation without appreciating you for the good work, the good job that you're doing. If you're within the country, it's good to tell me which part of the country you're watching from, and if you're outside the country, you can as well tell me which country or which area actually you're watching this video from. You can as well drop me the flag of the country where you are. Thank you for those who are watching, those who are in USA. Thank you, people like Jane. Thank you, guys. Thank you very, very much. God bless you. Fason Seringa, LM254 in Dubai. Guys, thank you, guys. Those who are in Germany, I appreciate your support. Thank you. God bless you. Asanteni sana. Now, as we get into this discussion, there is this issue that is really growing, and it's really going to cause a lot of problems between the. It's really going to be like, I don't know how to put it. It's going to ruin the relationship between Kenyans and Somalis. After these two young boys decided to step on the Kenyan flag, it has really brought a lot of problems, a lot of tensions. In fact, Kenyans have decided that they're going to revenge. On Sunday, during the rematch between Mogadishu and Kenya police, Kenyans have decided that they have to go and revenge. Lazima waende wawakilishe wenzao, like they have to go there and tell these young boys that what they did to Kenyan flag is not like that is disrespect. Lazima waweke kwa line, you see. And a lot of politicians have talked about it, a lot of different leaders have talked about it. Even Murkomen was saying that those are just young boys, you see. And in fact, Murkomen was saying that there is no relationship between Kenya and Somalia that has been ruined just because of two young boys. And of course, you know very well that something like this, if at all something like this happens, either one or two political leaders that are coming from the same tribe must come and maybe try to defend the community. And in this case, of course, you know very well that in politics, in Kenyan politics, we have got different Somali leaders. And their leader, most of the leader, somebody that they see that can represent them so well is Duale. Duale is saying that wale vijana waliokanyaga bendera ya Kenya pengine hawakuelewa kuwa ni kosa kubwa kufanya hivyo. Hii ni onyo na pia nafasi ya kuelimika. Msirudie tena makosa kama haya. Bendera ni alama ya taifa na kuikanyaga ni sawa na kudharau heshima ya nchi nzima. Just under that statement of Duale, I've really thought of a lot of things, fellow Kenyans. And one of the main things one of the first things actually that I thought was this. That suppose this was another community that was being talked about, or let's say for instance, suppose this thing was done by Kikuyu, or maybe Luo or Kamba, any other tribe. How could Duale react? How would be the reaction of Duale and other leaders? Because, the beef that right now is, let me bring it this way. The beef that right now most of these leaders have is the beef between them and Kikuyus. So suppose maybe this thing was done by Kikuyus. How would the reaction be? That is what I'm trying to ask. Leave alone that lady who stepped on the flag after the game between Kenya and Gambia and Harambee Stars. Of course, she must also be charged, and action must also be taken to her because what she did was wrong. But I want us to focus here because there are a lot of things that have been rising. That Somalis, blah blah, Somalis here, Somali this, Somali that. But we've never come, hatujai kuja kwa maneno kama haya. We've never seen such kind of things happening in broad daylight. Like, these young boys, it's not the first, they didn't do it once. They took it, they threw it, or someone threw it, one of them threw it away, and one kicked it, and then someone also used the flag to, like, he was rubbing his groins. You see? So it's like, in as much as maybe we're trying to talk about it, we needed to look at this thing in deeper. And I said that there is a timely bomb that is clicking or is ticking. And if we are not very much careful, I'll still repeat this, that as a country, if we are not very much careful with what is going on, then we'll end up selling this our country to Somalis. Because they have got this mentality that this Kenya belongs to them. They have this mentality that you can't tell them nothing. Like you can't tell them anything because they are entitled. In fact, they are entitled to be living in Kenya. Now, I was really looking at after Aden Duale had said that statement. I was looking at why would Aden Duale just decide to defend these boys by saying that they didn't know what they were doing, and it should serve as an example. So I was like, okay, so what could have driven, or maybe what could have caused Aden Duale to try to defend these boys? And number one, I found out that there is, you see this issue of tribal, of communal loyalty, whereby you find that in many societies, politicians often feel pressure to be seen as protecting members of their own ethnic communities or communal backgrounds, especially when those communities perceive themselves as marginalized or misunderstood. And in this case, even if they don't overly say it, if they don't openly say it, they are right. Like they just keep quiet, and maybe by their silence, it calls for leniency or suggests maybe it was a mistake. So you see now Aden Duale is trying to say that okay, these boys did something that is wrong. Maybe it is a mistake and they should be given another chance. I don't know how that one is going to be, and I don't know how many people are going to take that statement serious, that word serious, that these boys are supposed to be given another chance after disrespecting the Kenyan flag. The second thing is the fear of political backlash, and you'll find that Somali Kenyans or communities associated with Somalis might see harsh actions as targeting their people. And that is why a politician who is viewed as too harsh might lose support among the community. So you find that if at all Aden Duale comes and stands firm and condemns such kind of things, their people will think that okay, why is he so harsh? Why is he talking to us like this? You see, such kind of behaviors. And the third one is the desire to balance criticism with protecting the dignity of the community. They might acknowledge wrongdoing, but also urge the behavior of a few should not be generalized to all. Like now you see in this case, these are two boys, and for Kenyans are seeing that okay, this one is a disrespect. You remember when I was doing this video in the morning, I started by asking that suppose you have your kid and your kid is disrespecting you. And does it give room for a neighbor's kid to come also and disrespect you in your own house simply because your child is disrespecting you? You see? So they are saying that, and other people are also saying that we should not generalize this issue. This issue should not be generalized like everybody is now wrong. They should be given chance. You see? So instead of defending the act, they may be trying to protect the image or reputation of Somali people more broadly. That is why they are saying that okay, these are just two kids. Let us not bring this issue. Let it not be like so. All the kids have done something wrong, or all these people are bad. You see such kind of things. The fourth one is the issue of lack of information or misinformation. Under the same statement of Aden Duale is saying that maybe these kids did not know what they were doing, whereby some statements might be based on incomplete fact, or there may be confusion over whether the youths involved are legal Kenyans, visitors, how responsible they are, etc. This can lead to cautious or ambiguous response that others perceive as defending. And that is why Aden Duale is saying that, okay, they're just kids. perhaps maybe they didn't know what they were doing, blah blah, da da da. So it should serve as an example. You see, so that is it's like they lacked information. They've not been informed that stepping on a national flag is disrespect to the same nation. The fifth one is the issue of political motives. Some politicians might try to use situations for political gain, either by highlighting unfair treatment of Somalis or positioning themselves as mediators or voice of reason. This can come across or as sympathy or particularly partial defense. Of course, we all know how that one can affect. The last one, or the sixth one, is the issue of concerns about sovereignty or diplomacy. Since this involves funds from a foreign club, Mogadishu City Club, there is also a diplomatic dimensions whereby harsh public rhetoric might strain Kenyan Somali's relations. Politicians might try to prevent acceleration. Of course, you have to come, and try to talk about this nicely, because you know very well that if you don't do that, then it can cause a lot of problems. But then, we also need to look at what evidence argues that the idea that Somali's politicians are defending this issue. Okay, the idea that somebody like Aden Duale is trying to defend the youths. The Somalis, you remember the Somalis ambassador also condemned the action clearly. Remember what he said when he was given chance, when he was speaking about this issue. The same Somali club, Mogadishu City Club, also issued an apology and distanced themselves from those who did the disrespectful act. And lastly, Kenyan's official insists the law must take its course, whereby I think the DC, the IG Lagat told the DCI that they must make sure that they take actions. I think up to now, one of the boys have been arrested. I don't know whether the other one has also been found, but I only know of the first one. I think the one that kicked the flag. The other one that used the flag to maybe to rub on his joint. I don't know whether he has been arrested, but one of them has been arrested. Now, fellow Kenyans, there are also people who believe that they are defending them, like perception, but there is this perception versus reality. If a politician from Somali communities is silent or slow to respond or avoid harsh rhetoric, people may see that as siding with the youths. There's also the issue of selective media coverage, the issue of if a politician criticizes the outrage or tries to contextualize the act. Look at economic marginalization. It's a few youths. Don't generalize. Those can be interpreted by some as minimizing or defending. But then my view, from all these things, from what is on the social media, I can't say that they're being like that politicians are trying to defend these boys. But we also have to accept that the idea that they might defend or downplay it in a way is more likely rooted in political cautions, communal sensitivity, or trying to avoid unfair stereotyping rather than open support of the disrespectful act. That is what is happening. I really don't know. I don't know how you're going to take it. And I really don't know how it's going to be. But one thing is clear, that the DCI, of course, they must do their work. That is their job. They have to do that, and they have to make sure that the law takes its course, so that it serves an example, that even those will be coming, or those will come after them, or maybe those will be having the same mindset, or maybe the same idea of doing such kind of thing, should learn that, okay, this thing that was done by the other people is not right. We really need to respect the flag. We really need to respect a nation. As a community, we really need to respect the people that are around there, and whether we live there or not, they have to be respected. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me know what you think in the comment section, but don't forget to drop me a comment. Tell me what you think and where exactly you're watching this video from. Do you really think that it's necessary for action to be taken against these boys? If yes, then what exactly is supposed to be done to them? And if the action is going to be taken to them, what about that young lady who also stepped on the flag during after the game between Kenya and the Gambia during the CAF or during the World Cup qualifiers game at Kasarani Stadium? Let me know what you think in the comment section.